Thank you for that rain you gave us, Lord. We needed it so bad, Lord, and we please send more because these farmers need it. Lord, we thank you for the good health that we have, that we can come and worship you anytime we want to. We thank you for the freedom that we have, that we come out and get together, Lord, and have a peace and harmony between us where we can conduct the meeting. As we live here, we'll all be in a good shape and good heart when we live here. Lord, we thank you for all these favors, and we ask for Jesus' name, we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Attention, salute, pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
It's good to see everybody out tonight. We got a good crowd here at the council meeting, and it's good to see everybody out. The first one is going to be Miss Pittman, but before she starts, I wanted to kind of go over a few things that maybe everybody don't understand. We pretty well follow the rules of Robert's Rules of Order when we're conducting business in the council. And the only thing that's set aside from that is in our organizational ordinance. We have some probably rules that kind of supersedes those rules in the Robert's Rule of Order. And that's just the amount of time that you have to address the council, you know, when you come to see us and talk to us. And we want to do all this in an orderly manner. And so that is 5 minutes. And tonight, and it's my fault, I didn't find the podium. It's got borrowed, and I think it's at the Tom Bevel Center. So, Ms. Pittman, if you would like to come and stand wherever you want to stand and talk, or whatever you want to do.
Is this supposed to happen during the workshop? Are we in the
Yes.
workshop portion now?
Yes, we are.
Oh, I thought I was on the agenda to speak at the meeting.
No, you're in the workshop.
Okay. Mr. Mayor, City Council members, I appreciate the opportunity to speak with you this evening. I have two things I want to bring up briefly that I'm concerned about. One of them is our issue resolutions problem that we have. It seems to be an ongoing problem here. And what I'm referring to is one of the members of the City Council and the mayor, or it could be just among the City Council members, will bring up an issue and they have gotten answers or results to the question or whatever the issue is. And they tell you how it was verified, usually by contacting the Alabama League of Municipalities or the Attorney General's office, wherever they came up with to verify their information. And then someone else will immediately speak up, another member, and say just the opposite thing, that they have an opposite answer, and theirs is also correct, and they verify where they got it from. And then it kind of goes back and forth because there's a disagreement going on, an ongoing disagreement. And then what happens, what's always happened in the past that we need to stop, is it's left hanging in the air, and the issue is never resolved. It's not ever answered one way or another. Sometimes it's something of small importance, but usually it's something significant enough to be brought up before everyone for an answer. And I would just like to see that resolved in whatever way that can be done, so we don't always have issues hanging that we really don't have the answer to, because two people got two different answers to the same question. Okay, the second thing that I want to bring up is the time that's allowed to speak to the council. 5 minutes is a set time. It used to be in the past longer than that, and at some point in time that I'm not aware of exactly when, it was shortened to 5 minutes. I don't think that is enough time to be productive or really resolve anything. If it's something that needs to be discussed, and several people have different things they want to speak on about this. And it's just, 5 minutes, I don't feel like it's a reasonably allotted amount of time. And I've heard this from many, many people. Like, I'm finished right now, and that's all I had to say, but I would like to think that if I had something more involved or of significant importance, that I was allowed the time to speak. And I would like for our mayor and our city council to take this into consideration and discuss this and see what you think. If you feel like 5 minutes is a significant amount of time for these things to be resolved, and why you think that, because I have lots of reasons why it's not enough time at certain times. Sometimes it's fine, and sometimes it needs to be a little more lengthy. And if we could get back to this maybe at the next meeting, if you could just discuss it among yourselves and try to come up with some kind of resolution or something where we could be just a little bit more flexible and allow our speakers to have a little bit more time. We're very privileged tonight to have Deborah Garner here from the summit of Fort Payne to speak. And one of the things she mentioned to me when I first greeted her and saw her here was, I hope 5 minutes is enough time for me to explain the program. So that's an excellent example right there tonight. And I'd just like to see you people get together and discuss this and see if we can come to some kind of compromise or agreement that seems more reasonable to everybody. And that's all I have to say.
Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
I'll say something about this, Mayor. If this is something that's been going on for 12 years, man, we don't want to hear it over and over and over. But if you got something new you want to talk about, you might get extra time. But if it's something been going on and discussed, we got to this council and matter and previous mayor and council, we don't want to hear it over and over. So
This
that's
is
your
the
5
first
minutes.
time I brought this
That's the reason
problem
we give you
up.
5 minutes.
This is the first time I brought it up.
Okay? That, if it's
Well,
something.
excuse me, Bijan, but it was 15 minutes
Yes.
until we started this.
Richard,
Right, but if it's
Richard.
something been going on for 12 years, we don't want to hear it again.
Well,
Listen,
You will
I'll address this a little bit.
to hear it.
If you've got issues with some of this stuff, come by and see me. I'm right over there in the office on Wednesdays. I'll see you and talk to you about some of this stuff, so just come by and see me.
Well, I realize that and I appreciate it, but I prefer, as always, to speak in an open setting in front of other people.
Okay.
Because other people have ideas and input, and they may think of something that I haven't thought of, that you haven't thought of, that might be helpful. I think the more people involved, the better.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Ms. Garner.
I address you all. Thank you for letting me come today and just share about the summit. I'm Debbie Garner, and I'm with the Summit of Fort Payne. We're a new ministry to help women who are struggling with drugs and alcohol or other issues that are life controlling. We're going to be a 12-month recovery program. Most of y'all have probably heard, I think a lot of y'all have been in different settings where I've been able to share and speak about the ministry, but we were gifted the property of the Summit in Fort Payne for this ministry, and it was a vision that we had, and we approached the Chick-fil-A Foundation back in the summertime, and they saw our video. We had a video and a presentation. They saw our video, and they said, we got to come meet with these folks, and so they came and met with us and heard the ministry opportunity. They were two very godly men from Chick-fil-A, and they shared their ministry involvement with inner city ministries and other ministries, and heard about the vision that we had for these women. I've been working in the jail ministry for the last 9 years in DeKalb County, and there's such a need for a program in our county. Other counties do have some programs, but we don't have anything for women who are coming out of jail and need a safe place to go. And if you want to watch our video, we've got it on. We've got an interview with Jimmy Harris on there, and it's on our website, which is summitoffortpayne.com. And we're just real excited. Hopefully, we're going to be open 1st of February, and we'll be accepting women. We are not state certified, so we are relying on churches and individuals to support the ministry. We are going to be a faith-based ministry. So if you have any questions or anything, I've got some literature here. If anybody wants some literature, gives you a little bit more information, resources, and we're just bringing a lot of awareness to our community. And I'm sure you all know the great need that we do have for a ministry like this.
This ministry that she's doing is a great thing for this community. I sat in on the Civitan the other day, and she came and spoke it in, and I thought it was really good. So, it's really good. So, thank you. Okay, I'm going to call on a few of the department heads just to give updates on different things. I'm going to start off with, and this is a board member on the Agri Center board, which is Larry Traylor, and I'd like for him to explain something pertaining to we had bid out some lights at the Agri Center, and I was wanting him to give us an update on that.
Okay, if y'all remember a few meetings ago, I came to the council and mayor with the idea of upgrading our lights at the Agri Center from the halogen to the LED, which we had 3 estimates that would save us approximately $10,000 a year. And our preliminary quotes on replacing those was a little over $80,000. So we went through the advertising, they approved that. They had to back us on that by getting a $15,000 grant. The city would pay the difference and then recoup the cost over a period of time. And the mayor and council voted to go ahead with that. So we applied for the grant, got it, got the $15,000 from ADECA, and then we advertised for bids, and I think we had 3 bidders. So we had a called special meeting of the Ag Center Board and the Public Building Authority last Friday, opened the bids, and our bid came in much lower than we thought. The winning bid is at $68,656.92. We thought it was going to be over $80,000. So we get the $15,000 grant on top of that, and that's really a payout of about 4 to 5 years rather than 6 to 7 years we thought. So we granted that bid to Mayor Electric, with the installation being done by Lane Electric here in town. Mayor's from Huntsville, and Lane will be installing it here in town. So we were very pleased that happened. There is a chance that we are going to apply for another $7,000 grant, so we may get that on top of that. So that's going to start real quick here. We hope to get all the lights placed by the end of the year if everything works great. All right. Any questions?
What happened to Mr. Weisler's program?
He
called me and I asked him to go by and get a bid packet, and we didn't hear back from him.
Well, this is a different setup than what he's got. His is a different piece of equipment. So
Yeah.
this is just lights.
But we asked him to bid on the lights, but we did not get a bid
Yeah.
from him.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Tim, would you like to give us an update on anything pertaining to the Tom Bevel or the upcoming parade?
Oh, well, I'll let Bevel board people talk about the
Okay.
Bevel. Now, the parade's this Saturday, so we're still taking anybody wants to have a float or something. It's not too late to register. Remember, we're gonna have a concert at the Bevel Center at 6 o'clock after the parade, and a meet and greet with Santa at 5 o'clock after the parade. And the Civitan Club's giving away free hot chocolate, and I think the Lions Club are doing some baked goods if you want to come by after the parade.
Thank you. Sammy?
Well, we discussed a little bit this evening. If y'all, everybody's noticed that we've got our Christmas lights up. We've got a few issues since we've had some wind damage and some rain damage. When it quits raining, we'll get those issues resolved. I've been booking tournaments at the Field of Dreams for next year. I've already got like 24, 25 dates booked, which is Saturdays. And if you realize there's only 52 in a year, so I've already got half a year booked just on Saturdays. So everything's going really well in the Park and Rec department.
Very good.
That's awesome.
Brings a lot of people to town.
Yeah.
Thank you. Sarah?
The library is having 5-3 week this week. You need to call for details if you have overdue materials.
Any more water damage after we fix that?
It has come back.
Has it?
One of
Okay.
them, not two.
Okay. So we'll get on that again, see if we can find the problem. All right. Chief, Johnny? You got
Everything's
anything?
good.
You good?
Fighting crime, suppressing evil. We're doing a
Do
good
what?
job. Fighting crime and suppressing evil. We're
There
doing a
you
good
go.
job.
Keep up the good job.
Well, he gave me the list of what he wanted.
Oh, did he? Oh, okay.
It's too long to mention right now, so we're
Yeah.
good.
I got a long list on him.
Mr. Nikki, we're going to have to go into executive session at the end.
Correct?
Is that right? That's your call on this?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so we will have an executive session at the end of the meeting, right before the end of the meeting, so. Okay, I guess we'll go around the table now and see.
Well, back to Sammy's thing too. I mean, we're looking at, this is baseball and softball too, with BPA, USSSA, MSA, ASA, more stuff than normal. So it's not, he's doing an excellent job as far as that, because that's big. When you figure the complex that we've got, and you figure we're open basically from April and it closes in October. So if you figure that way, we don't have a free weekend from April to October that there's not a tournament in Rainsville. And that's big.
Yeah, real big. Yeah, for the
Like I said, we go everywhere. And like I said, we don't play anywhere as nice as what we got here. So we're tickled to death. And like I said, hope we get to be a part of it too.
You know, I have a lot of people brag on our complex and what a good job that Sammy and his crews does up there to take care of it, so appreciate it. I'll start off, I'm gonna put out a committee to work on some of our boards. We've got a lot of dates and stuff that's all messed up on our boards and some people that's off and needs to be replaced, and so we're gonna work on that. I'll put out a committee on that tonight. We're gonna hire Tyler Perea as a police officer for the police department. That's something that we brought up the last meeting. We didn't get to do it. We hadn't actually went through the full process of getting everything done for that, and so we got that done this week, this past week, and so that's set to go. So we'll be hiring a police officer, and so then I'll go right down the line here. Mr. Steve, you got anything?
I don't have anything.
Mr. Terry.
Mayor, I had about several things I need to discuss. First, the police officer's vehicle, they have to have a computer that it went out. And my understanding is John has been checking the prices on it. It's $339. That's the lowest price we'll find from Walmart. And he's got to have 2 of them, so I'm gonna bring that up to
Okay.
buy that for him. And also Sharp Incorporated, is that the name of them?
Communications out loud.
Yeah, they're going to work on one of their communication vehicles that is going to cost $900 that it went on. The cars has been sitting there not doing anything because they have to have that. And Johnny helped me to come up with this. I give y'all a copy of this ordinance that I'm going to pass tonight about the take-home city equipment or city vehicles. This is not just for police department, this is for all the departments. And basically, if y'all want to copy this and hand out to your employee, your department said you're welcome to, but the major thing is we're going to limit driving the city vehicle home, that's including the police officers, department heads or whatever, is 3 miles from the city limit sign. That means they have a 1.5 jurisdiction, the police do. So we double that, we give them a 3-mile jurisdiction to carry vehicle home. And the reason we done that is we hire some officers that they don't live in town. And we was hoping they move here, but they're not going to, so we're passing this ordinance to make sure that nobody drives vehicle home unless it's emergency or directed by the mayor or the council to take it home for whatever necessary they need to use. No more than 3 miles. So I'm gonna pass that ordinance now.
Okay.
And another thing I've got is you want me to give you the authority to sign this, is it agreement with the city of Sylvania?
It's a sewer contract,
Yeah.
and what we done is, we've got the sanitation contract with Sylvania now for the next 3 years, and they wanted to update the sewer contract that we have with them for the next 3 years to match, so it runs the same time. And so that's just an updated version of the sewer contract, and so just empower me to work with them, and then I should have everything done by the next meeting, and I'll bring it back and we'll present it as a, finished product.
Okay. So I'll be doing that then. And also, Matt wanted me to talk about the Chevy's Bridge. I hope we have the hour where I can explain this Chevy's Bridge situation. But about 6 years ago, when I was in the council, I was in Montgomery and found out the governor is going to give some free money to all the cities and the counties for the projects that is necessary to be built, because they cannot afford to build it. So I got the application, we come in here, that time we had a lady that, she done a good job on the grant writing, and we wrote the grant, and we got $1.4 million for Chevy's Bridge. And we thought we were gonna build a bridge. Unfortunately, that bridge been sitting there, the money been sitting there for 4 years, nothing has done. The first call I got was 2 years after I got out of office, that they called me, they say, this application, because they found my name on the application. So they called me, they say, if you don't sign this paper, which is the preliminary paper, all they had to do, the law go through it, look at it, and prove it. Well, come to find out, nothing was done. And everything was said 2 years behind. All right, when I found out, I went to the council meeting, and that night, they promised me they're gonna sign the papers, and they didn't. Come to find out, it was in lawyer's office, collecting trash. But anyway, so we got the ball rolling again, and they put the money back in the grant for us to build the bridge. Well, until I got in council about 6 weeks ago, I got another call. They say, "Are y'all want to build this bridge?" I said, "Well, yeah, we want to build this bridge. What's going on now?" They said, "Well, this is another issue we have. We hired a CDG out of Albertville to build this bridge, or design it first and then build it. Well, they had a short-handed situation among themselves, so what happened was they just handed from one engineer to another engineer, and come to find out when I got in the council, that they even closed the project and sent it to Hoover, Alabama, for engineers over there to oversee. So I've been talking to the guy over Hoover, Alabama, about this bridge. And I got a call yesterday, and this morning, he takes me back, and he says that definitely they're gonna go with the project, and they're gonna get in touch with our lawyer to do the right-of-way accusation. So I'll give you a copy of this today, and hopefully we get the ball rolling. And he promised me that he's gonna put this project for the letting, which is state letting, in June or July this coming year. So we got to do everything we can in the next 6 months on our part to do that. And also I understand that the money that we put on the side 4 years ago, because we have to pay 20%, the state paid 80%. That 20% that we put out on the last council meeting, that money's been gone. So we got to come up with $267,000 to pay our part. Plus the right of way, if we have to buy the right of way. Hopefully we don't have to buy it, hopefully we donate it, but if they don't, we have to buy the right of way.
Okay.
That's status on the bridge.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I guess that's all I've got.
Okay, all right, Mr. Byron?
The first thing I'll bring to you in the council tonight, we have about 15 to 20 loads of the waste material that we have to haul down to the landfill at Fort Payne. It costs us about $130 a load. So we can buy this truck. It's a 1994 model, and the city of Huntsville used to own this truck. We can buy this truck. You have to have CDL's license to drive it, but we'll be able to haul our sludge to the sewer plant. We'll also be able to use the same truck for pull our backhoe around rather than driving it to the top of the mountain or wherever on this long distance, the church, or whatever may be the case. I'll bring that to you, that's $25,000. The other thing I'll bring to you is we're out of dumpsters. That's a good problem to have. It's about $7,600. We got no 8-yard dumpsters, no 4-yard dumpsters. So when we don't have them, we can't rent them. So I'll bring that to you tonight because that's a good problem to have. The other thing I'll bring to you tonight is we've got some intersections that's real bad. One of them being down at Brown's Chapel and Parker. Now they're going to LED lights, and some of these areas you can't see to turn into. It's so dark. We've always had street lights at our intersections, our turn roads, our dead-end streets and stuff. And the police department, chief and them has been working on the street lights that's actually out. So if you see one out, call Chief Stewart.
They're supposed to make a list of all the streets with lights is out and flag it for us and give us the list. So the chief is working on that.
Thank you.
And it's also, we have that area down there, we have an area over there at the top of the mountain, at that crossing right there. One on Lingerfeld, there's about 5 different places, there'll be a total of 11 lights. 4 of them will be LED to light up the intersections to where people can see to make their turns. Then I'll also bring to you the bids that for the bug pest control for the city. And I'm gonna back up just a minute. In Chief Stewart's defense, we've had some break-ins and stuff. This is one of the reasons I want to help light this up some in some of these intersections. And I think he'll tell you that you always face this time of year. People's running short of money, and they somehow get sticky fingers and they start break-ins. So I'd caution everyone to be careful, make sure your stuff, your shops and things is outside is locked up, because the city of Huntsville has, I think it's 500 polices. You turn the TV on, you see every day about them having shootings and stuff. So we're very blessed that we don't have that, but be sure to keep things like that under control. It will certainly help them out, and I know they would appreciate that. And that's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you. Mr. Franklin?
I've got 2 things to bring up. One is actually Sammy done touched one of them, we're talking about the tournaments for a positive about that. The other one, I want to accept Burleson's bid for the pool renovations that we opened last week, and we have pool house renovation bids to open tonight.
Okay, that's at 5 o'clock.
That's at 5 o'clock.
Okay.
That's all I have.
Mr. Ross?
I just got 2 things. The Tom Bevel Board has voted to add Melissa Ledbetter to the board. I'll be bringing that up. Also, I'll be bringing up a job posting opening for the assistant chief position at the fire department.
Okay.
I'll be bringing that up as well, and that's all I've got.
You gonna post that internally?
I'm gonna do it internally and
Yeah,
externally.
okay.
77,
Right. Make sure on that you've got a pay scale to match that job.
Oh, yeah.
Just before we get through it.
Right.
Before you start doing it.
We'll do that.
All right.
And also, I want to touch on something too. Everybody's got Christmas trees up. Please be aware, don't leave your lights on all night. I know that I think we're just out of the drought now. I think the governor said we're out of drought still. Just pay attention and be safe over the holidays. So I'll leave you with that. That's all I got.
The only other thing is, there's been a few more people coming in. Tim was talking about the parade. It's coming up Saturday, the 10th at 4 o'clock, and I'd like to see everybody out for that. All right.
We're doing refreshments and stuff at the,
Tim touched on that. What did you say about that, Tim? Refreshments and stuff?
Superintendent's doing hot chocolate and Lions Club's doing baked goods, some kind.
There's a concert too there, like something Victoria.
Victoria Griffin and live band will be concert at 6 o'clock.
Okay. All right. We'll take about 13 minutes or recess then.
I'd like to say something, please.
We're in recess here, so.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, we're in recess. Go ahead.
Well, I understand you're in recess, but I'm trying to understand why I was called to speak during the workshop, which I don't need to be on the agenda to speak during the workshop. Anybody that wants to speak can speak up and ask questions if they have issues or any answers they need. But I was on the agenda to speak during the meeting portion, which is recorded. And that's why that's why I went to the trouble to fill out an agenda form and be allowed to speak then. And I'm just wondering why you called on me to speak during the workshop portion.
On my agenda, it was, your name was at 4:15.
At 4:15?
That's what it says right here on the agenda.
Can I
What
say
time
it?
did they tell you?
Can I say it? I was supposed to speak during the actual city council meeting. I heard nothing about a time.
it's a set time.
Yeah.
I mean, the county commission meets at 10 o'clock in the morning. The city of Fort Payne has theirs at 12 o'clock at night. We're pretty happy to accommodate the people.
Well, the thing about it is, it's not, this has never been done this way before. If you sign up to be on the agenda.
Oh, yeah.
I served on the council for 16 years, and that was the time. It was 4:15 workshop, council meeting at 5 o'clock. I mean,
Okay, I'm with you on that. I've got those times, but I got on the agenda to speak at the city council meeting, not the workshop. I didn't need to fill out a form to talk at the workshop.
Yes.
Excuse
First
me,
time I've seen that.
excuse me, I would like to say, when I was on the agenda for the beautification, I always spoke at 5 o'clock, 5:05, which was the workshop. I never was allowed to speak in the council meeting. So have y'all changed that since then?
No. Ever since I've been on the council, it's always been, if somebody addresses the council, they address it in the workshop, work session.
And the reason we had the workshop, man, is a few years back when they passed that sunshine law, we could not meet more than 3 people. So the old mayor and the old council decided they're gonna have a workshop. That way everybody can come in and speak their mind or speak whatever they want to speak. Media be in here to talk about what they want to talk about. And when the council started, we never had let anybody talk. So that's the reason. And that's the meaning of the workshop. So if you got anything you need to discuss, it needs to be discussed in the workshop. Would you be that? Is that understood?
Right, yeah, so we don't need to be on the agenda anymore. We just need to come prepared to talk.
I've got to get that word on in the paper.
We in recess?
Yes, we're in recess. Now get up, stretch your legs. Yes.
They only let y'all speak because
You have to do it 7 days prior.
See, I'm completely misunderstanding.
That's the way it's been since I've been back for the last 8 years.
And I'm just gonna let her please go So if somebody's already on there, or we've been already on there, you can get one. Because we have to do work session.
about 6 years. And to be able to speak, bring something up.
How you doing, Danny? Huh? You got a good guy right there.
Everybody always wants to be there, but I've been here 90% of the time. You've always
Form of motion.
I'll make a motion to hire Tyler Perea to be hired as a patrolman starting tomorrow, I think. And his pay scale is gonna be $13 and.
Is it the middle, top, or
I think it's the beginning, isn't it?
Middle.
Middle?
middle of the scale?
Middle
Yeah,
scale.
because he's already trained, so,
I'll
middle of
put
the
that
scale.
a motion to hire him.
Okay, we have a motion, we have a second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it. Ricky seconded. Okay, Marshall, you have nothing? All right, that makes the meeting go on quicker.
He's gonna give me more time,
Uh-oh.
some of his time.
Big John,
All right, the first thing I want to pass is, me and the chief, actually he wrote it and I approved it, that we come up with this ordinance, we're gonna call it ordinance number 12/5/2016 for taking a vehicle, city vehicle home. And I want the department's head to make a copy of this and give it to all the employees and let them know what the policy is that we've just passed. This never done been before. We look everywhere, we cannot find any policy as far as taking vehicle home. So that's the reason we come up with this policy. And I'll put this motion to pass tonight if we can.
okay. We, on the you said an ordinance, and it's, ordinance.
Resolution or ordinance, which one?
It don't really matter. If it's an ordinance, then we're gonna do, 12-5-2016 ordinance
what I got.
about driving the city vehicles home, not to be extended past, 3 miles of the city limits.
That's good.
And so, I have a motion
Yeah.
for that and a second. We got a second right here. We're gonna do a roll call vote on this. And so, I'll start off with Marshall.
Yeah.
Bijan?
Yes.
Ricky?
Yes.
Brandon?
No.
Derek?
Yes.
Okay, it passes. On an ordinance that's not of a permanent fashion, it don't have to be a unanimous vote on it. This is not a permanent, because we can change it anytime.
Right.
So, all right.
Also, I have a resolution in here or agreement, give it to, mayor, signed agreement with City of Sylvania for a sewer. And I'll put this in motion for passing tonight.
To give the mayor authorization to sign the contract.
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion to give me authorization to sign it's just an updated version of the sewer contract for Sylvania. And this is a 3-year contract to run jointly with the sanitation contract that we have with them. So I have a motion and a second to empower me for that. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Ayes have it. Okay,
Also, I got two things for the police department I need to pass them out. One is their computers on 2 vehicles, one bag, and they have to have it. And the chief's already got the price. The lowest was $335 from Walmart. I'm gonna put that motion to purchase two that now.
That's $335 a piece?
Yes.
So it is, okay. All right. So we have a motion to buy 2 computers at $335 a piece. Do I have a second?
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it.
And also, one of the communication radio went out on one of the vehicles. That vehicle's been parked, there's no good to the police department unless we fix it. And the only one can fix it is a sharp out of Albertville or Boys, whatever they are, and the price was $900 to fix.
So you put that in form of a motion to do that?
Motion to fix that vehicle.
To fix that radio? Okay. All right, we have a motion. Do I have a second? I have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it.
And that's all I've got for them.
That's enough. You spent enough. All right, Rick.
Mayor, the first thing I have is, we're gonna purchase a 1994. It's a town truck that we'll be able to haul our wastewater sewage down to the landfill. We'll be able to use it in the street department as well, so our guys with the street department has the CDLs, the qualifications they have to have to drive the truck. So they will be doing most of the hauling, from the sewer plant until they can, if they decide to get their CDLs down there, whatever. But I put that in form of motion, we purchased the 1994, town dump truck.
I'll second.
Have a motion and a second. Now, this is gonna be paid for out of the
Sanitation.
sanitation?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it.
Another thing I have, Mayor, we're short on our dumpsters, we're out, which is a good problem to have, because if you don't have any, that means they're all rented out. We gotta have some new dumpsters. It's gonna be 76,633 for 8 yard and 4 yard, the dumpsters. I put that in form of motion.
I'll second.
All right, we have a motion and a second to buy some 4 yard and 8 yard dumpsters. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it.
Maybe the other thing I have is, several of our intersections, takeoff roads and stuff, we've always had lights out. One of them being over the top of the mountain at that intersection, I don't know, maybe Bijan can come up with something later on that we do something about traffic signal there. But maybe some caution lights as
You're not
well.
gonna happen.
What?
You're not gonna happen.
It don't hurt to ask. But we gotta light that up.
That's up to Congress.
Also, we have Lingerfeld over there. I think when the 4 lanes was done, I don't think anybody ever went back to look and paid any attention to it. You can't see the turn in there. Anyway, the total of them is gonna be a total of 11. 4 of them will be LED, and the other 7 will just be regular street lights to light these areas up to where you go to see. So I put that in form of motion.
Okay, you've got that flagged and ready for Semi Electric to go out and look at those, and there's 1 or 2 that's gotta have a pole set, 1 possibly. So you've got all that took care of and flagged and everything ready. Okay, so we have a motion for 11 new street lights. Need a second?
Second.
Have a second? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it.
The other thing I have is when we put the bid out for the pest control for all the city. This is from Mountain Pest Control. Let's see.
We got 2 different sets of bids that we're gonna do, and when it gets to Brandon, he can do his, so. I said, we're gonna do this one now, and then when we get to you, we'll let you do yours, because you got one too.
Okay, the first one is,
You get a total figure. I'm just saying, I added it up my year. I'll add it my year.
put it all together.
You know, it's broke down, some of it's every 6 months, some of it's month. You want to do it a year? Not really good,
This one is from Morris's Pest Control.
Is that it? 23,000 a month? No, that's
That's 6 months.
yeah.
I like that broke down to 6 months. That's from Morris. And this one is from closed bid from Safe Solutions. This one is $315 per month, annually $37.80 from Safe Solutions. You got total on those?
I'm tapping as fast as I can.
On that.
come back to it, then.
$315 per month. $37.80. I'm gonna go ahead and catch Ross before we're adding these.
Ken? What, Derek?
I just have two things tonight, Mayor. The Tom Bell Board has voted to add Melissa Ledbetter, so I'm gonna make that into motion, add Melissa Ledbetter, Tom Bell Board.
I'll second.
I will have a motion and a second to add Melissa Ledbetter to Tom Bevel Board. All in favor say aye.
I want to abstain, and I'd like to explain myself.
Okay, just a second. Hey, y'all need to, okay. All right, so we have 4 yeses and an abstention.
Okay, I feel like there's some people here that expect me to apologize to them, and I will say that, I am sorry that they're offended, some of the people that was on the board. You know, I feel like they're doing a, good job. I don't think they willfully done anything wrong. But the reason I'm saying is because, I just didn't feel like the business was conducted the way that from what I had been told through the League of Municipalities, I didn't feel like it was conducted the way I felt like it should have been. That's the reason I was saying I have no problem with Melissa Ledbetter, or anybody on the board.
Okay. All right, Derek, you got anything else?
Yeah, I want to make a motion to post a job opening for the assistant chief at the fire department.
Okay, now, we don't have assistant chief right now, do we?
No.
But
we do
we're
not.
thinking about putting somebody in that
Yes,
spot.
think about putting
And
somebody-
so we're gonna post that internally for 7 days, and because we have got some people that might be interested. Okay, all right, we've got a pay scale pertaining to that spot, okay? All right, so we have a motion to post for an assistant chief at the fire department. Do I have,
I'll second.
we have a motion and a second to post that job. All in favor say aye. All opposed? Ayes have it.
And that's all I got, Mayor.
Okay. All right, we'll go back to the accountants down there, with the ad machines. The batteries on the phone may run down before they get all this added in.
recess.
Recess. No.
So,
Is it over?
there you go.
All right, let's hear what we got now.
Mountain Pest Control is come in at 3648. Morses come in at 3840. Safe Solution come in at 3780. So, Pest Control will get that bid at 3648.
Okay.
I had it right, I might wanna double check my ad.
We'll go back over it again in a little bit, but if we see a problem with it, we'll.
I was on the math team in 7th grade.
Okay.
I said in 7th grade. I looked around and I didn't see any of them.
You didn't see your teacher here? Yeah.
Yeah, I know you.
Did what?
Hey, I'm abstaining on that
Okay.
issue. Just let that be known. Yes.
I'll entertain a motion to pay the monthly bills.
I ain't done it yet.
We're not done yet, wait a
I
second.
know, we still gotta pay the bills.
Okay.
I added up all your stuff and you won't even let me talk. I see how you are.
Yeah, all right, so we have a motion on the table, anybody want to second it?
Sure, after a while.
So we have a motion and a second to pay the monthly bills, we'll go ahead and get that out of the way. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? All right, ayes have it. It looks like this 3648 is right. Do we want to go ahead and look this over some more, but make sure, or go ahead and make a motion?
If the numbers is right, I mean, numbers don't change, so
Go ahead.
I'll make a motion, we accept the bid.
I
Okay.
second it.
All right, we have a motion and a second to accept the low bid on the pest control of 3648. I have, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay,
Abstain.
and we got one abstention. Okay, Brandon, since you got left behind, go ahead.
They may regret this because we fixed to spend some money.
Oh, no.
Alright. I want to go ahead and make a motion that we accept Burleson's bid for the pool renovations that we opened last council meeting. He came in, there was two bids, he was actually the middle bid. One was like 192.6 or something like that. Burleson's was 195.5. Burleson is in Alabama, the other one was in Missouri, I think it was. And that being stated, within 3% of what the state laws say, Burleson will get the bid. And that plus we keep it in North Alabama versus out of Missouri. So I'll bring that into a motion.
Okay, we have a motion to accept the bid from Burleson.
Second.
Have a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it. Okay,
And I have a bid opening for the pool house renovation. We had one bid turned in from Jimmy Trailer Construction.
we were hoping to get more bids on that, but nobody bid on it.
His bid come in at 65.4. 65.4.
65,400.
65,400.
Okay.
That's the pool house. I'm gonna make that into a motion. That we accept Jimmy Trailer's bid.
All right, we have a motion and a second to accept the bid for the renovation of the pool house. All in favor say aye. All opposed? Ayes have it.
With that being bid, I went back and did some research, and the pool was built in 1974. And it looks just like it did then, right now. With these upgrades, it's a complete facelift of the building, the pool, and also adding a splash pad for everybody that don't want to. So we figured in that length of time, we're probably due the upgrades.
Actually, it was 71 because.
71, I was told 74.
It was 71 because some of our senior pictures, when I was in senior class 72, we took them at the pool. It was already there in 72. All right.
bringing up to handicap accessibility.
Yeah, and it made everything handicap accessible and stuff that's not now. From new bathrooms to everything that's in there. So it'll all be as modern as you can get.
All right,
If
We,
we know how to contact,
we gotta go into executive session for Ms. Nikki.
To
So,
dis-
go
To
ahead.
discuss, controversies not yet being litigated, but imminently likely to be litigated.
Okay, so we need a motion to go into executive
I'll
session.
make a motion to go into executive session.
I have a motion and a second to go in, executive session. Before we vote on that, how long do you think it'll be? So we can give them a time.
15 minutes?
15 minutes? Okay, so we're looking at, 15 minutes from now, 15 to 20 minutes from now, okay? All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Ayes have it. All right. Thank y'all.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna
All opposed? Everyone stay in there? Ayes have it. Okay,
Also gonna make a motion that we allow our attorney to investigate and possibly work on the case with pending litigation and report back to the council.
all right. Is that good enough, Nikki? Okay.
I'll second that.
All right, we have a motion and a second to empower our attorney to work on a case that we have coming up. All in favor say aye. All opposed? Ayes have it.
I make a motion we adjourn.
I have a motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor say aye. All opposed? You want to stay here all night? Ayes have it.